Your spirit and your soul are but a breath away, and it is really easy for you to be able to dial in, to get connected, to understand more of your soul's path and purpose as you do that, as you dial in. And this is what I struggled with for such a long time, because I saw it, I knew there was a bridge, but I just didn't know how to cross it. I just didn't know how to get there. And so I think one of the things that I want to share today is, there's two things actually. And I love this analogy that I have about our spirit and our soul, because oftentimes too, those terms get used interchangeably. And I think that there has a potential to be a little bit of confusion about what they are, that they're one and the same thing. If you've been in my world for some time, you'll know that I see them as two very distinct, very separate entities. And so I like to liken them to the old style, old fashioned telephones. I have one here. If you're watching my video podcast, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I think, maybe you'll remember them. They had like a docking station. So you had like two parts to it. There's a docking station, and this is the place where all of your telephone messages are stored. The history of all the people that have called you, and all the messages are stored in the docking station. And then you have the handheld receiver, and this is the movable part. You can communicate with this, and you can move around and so forth. So I like to liken our spirit and soul to that old school, old style telephone system, where the docking station, to me, that is the soul. That is the place where all of the information around every lifetime we've ever lived is stored. That's the purpose of that docking station. That's the role of our soul. It holds the keys to our memory, sort of ancient past life, ancestral memory, all of the lives that we've lived, all of the experiences we've had, all of the gifts that we learned in those many, many, many lifetimes. All of that information, it doesn't disappear when each lifetime that we pass. So Buddhist philosophy on this really lands and resonates for me, and so I'm going to share it with you, because in the Buddhist philosophy, as we pass into the world of spirit, as our body dies, all of the experiences from that particular lifetime, the memory, the gifts, the abilities, the talents, all of that, it doesn't just disappear. All of that sort of cellular memory, it's stored in our chakra system. And so as we pass into the world of spirit, all of that information also moves out of our body, and it now moves to the 8th chakra, which is the seat of the soul, and that is just above the crown of our head. So that is where all of the information from all of those many lifetimes that we have lived is stored. And this is why I am so passionate about the work that I do, because as we come into this world, as we come into this lifetime, we're not just limited to our present life experience. We have a whole history, a past life history and an ancestral history. And all of that information is stored in our soul, and we can access it. It's like having this infinite Rolodex of history and memory that's available to us. It lies dormant within our being, it's within our soul, and we can access it. And the fastest, most effective way for us to get our hands on that information is through guided soul journeys, guided ancestral journeys, guided past life journeys. That's how we access that docking station. That's how we access our soul. And now I just want to talk about the spirit, because the spirit is that movable part, if you will. I was talking about the old style telephone. It's like the handheld receiver. It's the part of you that is more within you, if you will. It can move though. At nighttime, when you go to sleep, your spirit travels. You astral travel. It leaves your body. And so I think the beauty and the power of our spirit is that it's with us 24/7. And as we dream, the spirit can go out, into those other realms and help you to bring back information that can powerfully support you in your everyday life. And our spirit, it's completely safe to astral travel. We don't, the spirit doesn't fully leave the body until that time when we're ready to pass. As in the Buddhist philosophy, and at that point the spirit fully leaves the physical body.